Welcome to Gradual Learning. I hope you all are good and doing well. In this video, we are going to talk about explanation of a poem. We are going to do it line by line for better understanding. So this video is going to be very informative for you all. Follow us on Instagram. We are as Gradual Learning there, and enjoy daily quizzes and other useful stuff. Don't forget to like, share and comment on the video. Subscribe our channel to stay updated and don't forget to press the bell icon. So stay tuned till the end and keep on gaining knowledge. So without any further ado, let's start with today's session. Woodman Spared That Tree by George Pope Morris.
Woodman, spare that tree, touch not a single bough. In youth it sheltered me, and I will protect it now. In these 4 lines, the poet requests the woodman, the woodcutter, to leave that tree, to spare that tree from cutting, not to cut down that tree. He says, please don't cut even a single branch of that tree. He requests the woodcutter not to cut even a single branch of that tree. He adds that when he was in his youth, when he was a small child, this tree had sheltered him. And now it is the turn of the poet, to take care of this tree. It was my forefather's hand that placed it near his cot. There, woodman, let it stand, thy axe shall harm it not. Then the poet adds that it was my grandfather who planted this tree here, and this tree was placed near to my cot, to poet's cot. Cot is a small bed that is used for small young kids. So he requests and he tells the woodcutter that this was a possession given by his grandfather to him. It was like a possession for him. Then he adds, there, woodman, let it stand. Let the tree stand here. Don't cut the tree, please. Thy axe shall harm it not. Please don't harm this tree with your axe. Thy, thy, it is used in lines to give your meaning, to give the meaning of yours. So it was used in olden English, in olden times. Thy was written for your. So here the poet's request that don't harm this tree with your axe. That old familiar tree, whose glory and renown are spread over land and sea, and woods, though hew it down. Here the poet says that it's an old tree. It's a part of our family. And the glory. Glory means fame. It has its own honor. Its honor, it is very famous. And that fame is spread all over the land, all over the sea around. It is spread to all the areas near around. And then the poet says, how can you, after knowing this, how can you cut this tree? How can you cut it down? Hew means to chop or cut. Woodman, forbear thy stroke. Cut not its earth-bound ties. Oh, spare that aged oak, now towering to the skies. Now the poet says to the woodcutter, woodman, stop that stroke. Stop cutting that tree. Please don't cut the earth-bound ties, that is the roots. Don't cut the roots of that tree. Oh, woodman, oh, woodcutter, spare that aged oak. Spare, leave that old age oak tree, which is towering to the sky, whose branches, leaves, and the parts are reaching the sky. When but an idle boy, I sought its grateful shade. In all their gushing joy, here too my sisters played. Now the poet says that when I was a small child, I was a lazy one at that time. I used to sit in its shade. I used to sit in its shade. And my sisters, they used to play under this tree, sharing all their happiness, enjoying their lives when they were young. And he then adds, my mother kissed me here. My father pressed my hand. Forgive this foolish tear, but let that old oak stand. He says that my mother has kissed me here. My mother has loved me here under this oak tree. My father pressed my hair under this old oak tree. Please leave this. Don't cut this tree. It's a request. He is requesting because this time he is going through each and every moment of his life that he had spent with his family under that old tree. So that old oak tree is very important part of his life, a place full of memories. And then he says at the end, forgive this foolish tear, please forgive this idea of cutting down this tree, but let this old oak stand, let it stand it here, don't chop it off. My heartstrings from thee cling, close as thy bark, old friend. Here shall the wild birds sing, and still thy branches bend. The poet says that till date, till now, my heartstrings are connected with this tree. I have feelings for this tree. I feel for this tree. And I am so much connected with this tree as a bark is connected with the tree, with the other parts of the tree. And he calls the tree as his old friend. Then he adds that here wild birds come and sing songs, and the branches of this tree still bend for them. Old tree, the storm still brave, and woodman leave that spot. While I have a hand to save, thy axe shall harm it not. Then he says, old tree, the storm is still brave, you are still brave, old tree. The storm still brave is an expression which means to be courageous. So the poet says that, oh tree, you are still very courageous, you are still very brave. And after listening to all these things from poet, the woodman leaves the spot, leaves that place. And the poet ends this poem with by showing an intense emotional relation, an emotion with that tree. And he says that my heartstrings are there for you, I still feel for you. And the woodman leaves the spot. And then the poet says that, oh dear tree, I am with you, and no one can harm you until I have a hand to save you. Until I am there to save you, because you saved me, you helped me, you sheltered me in my youth, so it's my responsibility to take care of yours. Thank you.
Thanks for watching us, and in the next videos we will be coming up with more and more new poems and their explanations. So thank you, stay tuned, see you next time. Bye bye.